Oh, buddy. Hello, hello. Greetings to the world. Hola, hello. How everybody doing out there? This is the Real Resilience Talk podcast, and I am still Cam. And I'm coming to you today, day before Thanksgiving in America. I just got a few things I want to lay on y'all. This solo episode again, but I just want to express a few things, a few thoughts, and sending our best from America over here, and really, I hope this podcast is helping some people out there. I've gotten some pretty decent feedback. I ain't gonna say decent, very good feedback from a lot of individuals that I look up to, that I admire for different reasons, and I've basically been told, hey man, this is helping, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And if you don't like it, you ain't gotta download it, right? You ain't gotta listen to it. But I definitely think that if it can make a difference, if it can give a perspective, then I'm gonna keep at it. And as I always say, if anybody ever wants to be a guest on the show or contribute a thought or perspective on something, please offer it up. I have a sincere, deep belief that everyone has something to offer. I really do mean that, and especially on the subject of resilience, because basically, if you're still living and you're still around, you know something about resilience, right? A lot of times we say things on here, and it can sound, as they like to say in church, convicting. It can kind of hit you in the chest a little bit, right? I'd say this: a lot of this stuff that I say, I am saying because it then makes me have to back it up as well. So this is therapy for me as well. It's like a passive aggressive thing I do with myself, like a reverse psychology type idea. So please never hear me wrong as if I'm trying to judge or cast stones at anybody. I really don't got time for that in life. I'm not a perfect person by any means. Never have been, never will be, and I will never claim to be. If I come off like that, it's usually just because I'm probably trying to be funny or something to that effect. But not always funny, and that's okay, right? But hey, day before Thanksgiving out here, in the United States of America, but I know other nations around the world, other cultures and things like that all around the world recognize a certain time like this in the year where you just sit around and kind of count your blessings and count, list the things to be grateful for. Yes, there's turkey and a whole lot of grubbing and gluttony and football and all that kind of stuff, but it's also just a time to pause. And just really be grateful. And I love Thanksgiving personally because it's one of those only holidays, especially in America, that you ain't got to bring nobody no damn gift or anything like that. So I tend to like that. But anyway, I'm going to get out ahead of this. I wanted to make this one concise, and I learned a new word the other day, pithy. How about that, nah? Pithy. That's pithy. Yeah, Pithy. I didn't know what it was. Somebody had said it and something, and I was like, "Ooh, I need to look that up right quick." So I was at a meeting and I saw it in a team's meeting, and somebody said pithy. I said, "What's pithy?" And then I had to look up pithy. So pithy is just really just being concise, being direct. So I'm gonna try to do that today. Y'all know I'm probably not gonna do it good though, but I'm gonna try. Right? Hey, as I always say, yeah, this is no reflection of any official organization or DOD or anything like that. This is just Cam, expressing my First Amendment, using it. I definitely defend it. I will represent it, and I love it. I love it. I think it's what makes us us, and in this nation in which I live in. Without the first, the rest, it kind of can't always fall into place. The rest are great. It's all good, and obviously the Constitution is not a perfect document because they kind of amended and hit some change steps about 27 times by count by now. Last time was in 1992, 27th Amendment. So, why say that just off the jump? Because don't ever let perfect be the enemy of good enough, right? And a lot of the things I say on here are easier said than done. But if we don't talk about it, we can never get to the point of actually putting it into practice. We have to acknowledge it. We have to, face it. And I spoke recently to a group of people, and a lot of things that we were talking about was, being so sound ethically and almost came off like self-righteous or perfect in a way, but hell no, no one is perfect, right? Somebody could hear that and think that, but no, we're human beings. We're never perfect, and consistency will be perfection every day. But are we consistently trying to be the best version of ourselves? To go ahead and quote, the best version of ourselves from great mentor of mine, Kevin O'Hara, habitsv2.org. Look them up. Great dude, great perspective, great teachings, great just outlook. But that's one thing he talks about a lot, and that's what I think Maslow was talking about with hierarchy needs is self-actualization. So are we doing that? Are we trying to be our best version, right? And if you haven't been so far, hey, look here, y'all, there's no time like right now to switch some things up. And little by little, it adds up. It really does. Just a little bit. You know the old, I've heard it in Grit. I heard it the other day in another book I was reading, Atomic Habits. If you slightly change the degrees on a plane traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast, the final destination of that thing, I might be paraphrasing the wrong way, but can be the difference of landing in Washington, D.C. or landing in New York or landing somewhere else, just by a slight little nose degree off or whatever. So my point there is over time, little things add up. So I'm hoping that this podcast, this expression, is a way for all of us, to include myself, to apply resilience. It does come down to us. It really does. We have to own our shit in life. We have to have some fucking ownership. Own your shit. Fix your shit. Sweep your street. Like sweep the sheds where you're at. Legacy, great book about the All Blacks rugby team. Look that up right there. Legacy is really good. Talk about being humble, doing the little things. We're never beyond. We're never too big to do little things, but we sweep our sheds. We take care of our shit. So, but at the same time, you're not alone in this. And I want people to understand and realize that too. All right. So this is a rough time of year for some people. I think sometimes we speak that into existence, but it just is what it is, right? We talk about gratitude. We talk about spending time with people. Some people don't have people to spend time with. Some people have lost people. Some people have lost relationships. And this can be a painful reminder of those things. So we have to take that in consideration with all the happy-go-lucky shit and all the fucking commercials and all the fucking shows and everything like that. The music, it's very nostalgic time, but it could be a nostalgic time that brings back some pain to people, and that's fair. And I have my own version of that, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. But I want to share something because this is also a time of, for me, that I didn't even look forward to the holiday. I looked forward to getting fucked up, getting real drunk. And I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I'm not judging anybody who does. I'm not talking shit. I just, like Bruce Lee said, if you love life, don't waste time. For time is what life is made up of. So at this time right now, I want to read a poem. I said I was going to get right out the gate at it, but here I am 7 minutes in, and I'm still running my fat mouth. So real pithy, huh, Cam? Yeah, real pithy, real concise. Here it goes. All right, here it goes. Be careful what you use to take the edge off. I'm talking about alcohol here. I'm talking about substances, okay? So just so y'all know that. Be careful what you use to take the edge off. It may just lead to you taking your own fucking head off. So you're in pain and you seek to quench your thirst. Have you ever thought about how this one sip could only lead to worse? Have you thought about like a night full of broken promises, foolish speech filled with slurs, or worse, to the point of you laying in a hearse? Or making your family stress, praying, pulling, and begging on a nurse. Begging and pleading, wishing and hoping for the second chance to ask, why were you so broken? And why, oh why, is this the choice that you have chosen? They'll never get that answer. They'll never get that peace. No, they won't, because you've to be deceased. You've chosen to listen to that beast, the beast that we all have at times, the beast that will never cease, that beast that's weak, the beast that feels so sickened. It takes like a thief all of our will and all of our dominion. But you chose to exit early. You chose to be another victim. For the weak beast that breeds deceit, the beast, it wins again. Your pain ends, but please understand this. The pain you left behind, well, it only begins. Now they're stuck, and they question everything, from should they have been more loose or more stricter. All the while, you're gone. You're a victim, not a victor. But we could have stopped, paused, thought, and chosen another route. Your life could have went on, while their pain, well, it may have never came about. The pain, the strain, the endless doubt and faith, dreams, hopes, wishes for certain. They're all foolish now, fictitious. They're overwhelmed with burden, and they're stuck with a life full of hurting. They feel lost, empty. The pain, it's relentless. Why did you have to be so vicious? This is a pain saga that was contrary to your initial intentions. For your loved ones, your family, your friends, we've all lost you. And in this game, nobody wins. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Whatever the stressor, we can help you solve them. But please, y'all hear me? Please don't choose a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Reach out, speak up, reach out to others while you got them. It's a big climb up, but there is no foundation stronger than the bottom. Keep moving, keep enduring, and make wrong things right. Don't let this be your last night. Shine on, and keep learning. And y'all remember that line from Dr. Viktor Frankl? What is to give light must endure burning. Listen to your internal right voices. My friend out there listening right now, make your mess a message. And please make good choices. And that is a poem I wrote about a year ago now. I was actually flying to Iwo Jima, and a great friend of mine, so Major Amasio, retired, brought me there. Wow, talk about feeling small on a place and a location, but I wrote that on the plane flying there. And what I was trying to express was something that I came in close contact with a few times is death by suicide, or attempting it, or having strong ideations, or laying out everything to the point to where you got everything set to be able to do something. And every time I did it, y'all, I can't speak for everybody, but every time I did it, I was highly intoxicated. And my nights usually didn't start off like that. Like tonight, I'm going to try to kill myself. I'm going to try to end my life and die by suicide. It didn't start off like that at all. But somehow I went to that. And the next day I'd, wake up and I'd have to do the old, shame walk and what the fuck did I just do last night type thing. And I'm just grateful that I had and I have a partner, a life partner, a friend of mine, that she would hide guns in the house, not because I would hurt anybody else, but because I would hurt myself, and I'll be talking stupid and shit, and we get an argument, and I'll be like, okay, well, fuck it then, I'll show you. And man, oh Lord, man, I'm just so thankful none of that stuff happened. And there were other times I was by myself, man. I was co-located from my family, and I was out in the middle of nowhere dealing with a whole lot of stuff. I kept a lot of it inside, wore the tears of a clown, and I just kept stuffing it inside. I hadn't dealt with a lot of stuff in my life, and still dealing with stuff, not like a victim or anything like that. But I guess my point is, before I go turn this into like me, right, is that, everything in this life is temporary. Every fucking thing is temporary. Everything is temporary. Like, look at history. Look at human history. Just recorded history. Like, we are but a speck on the whole timeline, right? This too shall pass. Whatever the fuck is going on in your world. I know you can't see that right now. I understand that, because when I was in certain places and things, I couldn't understand that either, y'all. I really couldn't. And I honestly felt like, and I'm sure I've heard, I've heard, I'm not sure, I know I've heard many of people express, or read letters or things they left behind, messages. They felt like they were doing somebody a favor. And I just can't tell you enough, like, how much that's not true. That is not true. You're not doing anybody a favor. Unless you are literally like compelled to go and like be homicidal, like literally, or like hurt children or something out there, like you're a child molester, something crazy, you know what I'm saying? Something off, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can ever say that you're doing somebody a favor by taking your own life. I just don't. I really don't. I'm telling you, it's like the one form of death that's preventable as human beings. All the rest of them we just can't prevent, but death by suicide we can surely prevent. we can surely prevent homicide too, to a certain degree, right? So before you make any form of a permanent decision, okay, hurting yourself, hurting somebody else, whatever it may be, please reconsider. Please reach out for help. There's 988 now, and there's many people out there that want to help you too, but they're not mind readers. I keep trying to say this to everybody. They're not mind readers. There's so many people that want to help. Where I was at that remote location, there was a dude not even 2 miles outside the gate that really changed my life, Dr. Tom. If he ever hears this, I appreciate you, man. Help me get on medicine and help me really focus on therapy the right way. Give it a shot, right? Give it a chance. As General Smith said recently to all the Marines, him and Sergeant Major Ruiz. Number one, Sergeant Major Ruiz said, "We love you." They both did. They said there's nothing wrong with love, and I believe in that 100,000%. I was so grateful to hear that. I know somebody, Doc Sandy, she's probably mad at us 100,000%, but there's no such thing. But 100% all the way. I couldn't agree more. But he also said, like, give us a chance. Give us a chance. You know what I'm saying? People want to help. And if you're somewhere where the resources that you have, they're not that great, then reach out to another resource. Hit me up. DM me. Hit me a direct message. Let me know that resource sucks so we can try to look into that. And I don't know. I don't know, but there's got to be another way. There's always a way. There's always a way. And hope is a COA. General Smith said that too. I should look that up in Message to Marines. I'll post a link to it in here. I've never seen a more sincere, honest expression to people about trying to prevent death by suicide. And we talk about our family and stuff like that. We say that a lot. We throw it a lot around. I mean, teams all over, it's not just the Marines or the military in general or service members. I mean, you see it on, like, during March Madness, all the college basketball teams got whatever their thing is, family or whatever. And that's great. I'm not downplaying. I'm not dogging. I'm just saying we got to back that shit up. It's got to be more than a talking point. And family is unconditional love. All right? Loving people for who they are, no matter what, good or bad. All right? So just give somebody a shot. Give somebody a chance to help you out. And please understand that you may not be able to see that now, and I totally respect that. I really do, because you're in the muck of it. You're in the throes of it. We talk about stress continuum. You can Google this stress continuum, but there's some colors, right? There's the green, yellow, orange, red. And if you can, if yellow's like stub your toe type thing, or traffic, or just frustrated a little bit. We all going yellow every day. Greens, you're good to go, whatever your baseline is. And then orange is more severe, right? It's kind of like a bruise that kind of needs to heal a little bit. But if you don't allow it to heal properly, that could be grieving, because there's a process there. And I think to some degree I'm still grieving over people I've lost. Still, all these years later, 9 years later, I'll digress. But it never really ends. We never really get over it, as General Neller once said in a letter on mental wellness. We never get over it. So we have to learn how to deal with it, how to cope with it, to move forward with it, to not be disabled by it, right? And that's resilience. And that comes down to us as individuals. But in that, you're not alone, right? And I always say human beings can't do anything alone. So just please give people a chance. Reach out. We got to learn how to deal with it and how to move forward. And maybe, just maybe, as I said in that poem I just read off, your mess can be made a message and you can help somebody else with it. But when you're in that hard place, that orange, right, before you get to the point of red, which is like you need medical, like nobody else can really help you in that situation besides medical intervention. Before you get there to that red, like we gotta try to pull ourselves out of and help others help us in pulling us back to the yellow or to that light, orange or whatever. But like you can sit in like a Texas Longhorns burnt orange for a minute, and I know I have many a times in life. And when you start sitting there too long, you start thinking that bad decisions are good decisions, and you're impulsive in things. And why I pointed out the point about don't watch what you use to quench your thirst and take the edge off, because it may just lead to you taking your own fucking head off, is because literally, like there's a correlation like a motherfucker, like 60% reduction. Come on now, in suicidal symptoms from people who are suicidal on a Friday night and fucked up off alcohol, right? And then by time Sunday, they're fucking not. There's only 40% of them left. 4 people. You line up 10 people on Friday night feeling like they're suicidal and talking shit about hurting themselves. They're all drunk. You talk to them again on Sunday when they've sobered up a little bit, and only 4 of them still feel like that. That's the studies, man. That's the fucking stats. That's for real, right? So my point in that is, if you're in that orange, if you're in that shitty place right now, please don't fucking go pour on a fucking poison, a fucking substance that's going to make you more impulsive, make you more emotionally charged with quick decisions, not thinking about the consequences of it, thinking about permanent solutions for temporary problems. Man, I can't oversay that enough. I can't. And we have a tragic trifecta in the organization I'm in right now that, there's three things. People get dumped, break up relationship, they get drunk, they get fucked up off alcohol, right? It's legal. Well, it's fucking all over the stores too, but anyway, I digress. I don't want the mob to come and fucking get me for that, but goddamn, can we please help the fucking problem? I mean, I have the fucking alcohol be 70 or 80% of the fucking store that we walk into, and then say we're trying to save lives. Can we think about that? If you heard that and that resonates with you, maybe you can do a difference with that. Maybe fucking try it. I'm not saying prohibition, but goddamn, you can't say one thing and then fucking have 85% of a fucking store be filled with fucking alcohol. What the fuck are we doing? It make no fucking sense. It angers me. I fucking went to a store yesterday on a base. Fucking couldn't find shit. Like, couldn't even find a fucking wear belt in the store. A fucking normal belt to wear for a uniform. This happened recently. But I could find any fucking volume of alcohol, like a fucking distributor inside of there, right? So, I don't know. People gonna do what they want to do, but damn, could we make it a little less fucking easy for them to fucking make stupid choices? But I digress. But the thing about what I'm saying is, they got dumped. They broke up in a relationship. They got drunk, right? They got fucked up off of a substance. And then they had access to weapons of some sort, right? So I'm not saying nobody's trying to take my Second Amendment, no like that. But what I am saying, as a friend, as someone who cares for somebody, or as somebody who knows ourselves or what we may be capable of, like, maybe having access to those weapons isn't the best idea for us. Or maybe as a friend said, hey man, I'll take you out, get you fucked up tonight, get your mind off of shit. I'll come and fucking sit and drink with you and shit and get all fucked up, right? And then I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna leave you, right? I'm not saying you would do that on purpose, but that happens many a times, right? And then they leave, and then they start thinking of doing something else, and then now they're by themselves or whatever it is, right? And then there's also something called anxiety. This is fucking real, man. Like, the next day, I don't know if you've ever been there. I have been there many times. Actually, more times than not, I've wanted to kill myself. I've wanted to die by suicide. I ain't gonna be politically correct with it. I wanted to fucking end my life. I wanted to end my motherfucking life and kill myself the day after, because you feel so fucking stupid. You feel so guilty. You feel so fucking just shameful for every fucking thing that you did or didn't do or whatever. Even if you didn't even do nothing wrong, you get so fucked up on the night before, you feel just fucking horrible. And whatever you were trying to chase just comes at you that much fucking harder. And by the way, you didn't healthfully process it, so now it's still fucking there. And now you feel like shit too. So there's a lot of times where people will end their lives the next day after, when they're on a hangover kind of thing, right? Or they're trying to chase the hair of the dog kind of thing. And you just add all of that together, and it's just no fucking good. But look, the tragic trifecta: got dumped, got drunk, and had access to things. So maybe we can limit our access, and maybe we can limit the point of getting drunk at certain times. People gonna do what they want to do. I get that. Not dog. Hey, prohibition led to NASCAR and motherfucking gangster movies, because that's how our the mafia that we all like to watch movies and shit about. That's how it really came about, was through fucking prohibition, right? Read it, look it up. You know what I'm saying? So, in saying all of that, just don't make permanent choices over temporary problems. All right, reach out. Give people a shot. Be grateful at this time of the year. Don't just get fucked up and fuck everything up. All right? Reach out. This too shall pass. Amor Fati. Whatever happens, try to embrace it. Try to roll with it. Try to be like Jocko and say, good. Just roll with it. And as them Stoics say, you got to love what happens. Amor Fati. Marcus really said, what you throw on top of the fire becomes fuel for the fire. So maybe use this mess as a message, and go help somebody else, but please don't make impulsive decisions. And if you know you're hurting right now, or if you know somebody's hurting right now, let's not add insult to injury. Let's not add fuel, the wrong kind of fuel, to the problem. All right? This too shall pass. I promise. Make little choices. Speak up. Reach out. Give people a shot to help you out. People care. All right? Please don't make a permanent decision. Take this shitty shit that you're in right now and use it, and be a victor. Don't be a victim. Reach out. All right? That's what I got for today, y'all. Much love to you. Much blessings to everybody. We all got something to be grateful for, but please keep in mind, some people are hurting right now. And my heart goes out to you, and if I could be there for you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. There's people that want to help you, all right? 988, you can always call in dire straits in the thick of it, but It's not going to be one policy. It's not going to be one law. It's not going to be one piece of legislation, a MAR admin, a NAV admin, a fucking national fucking hotline. None of these things are going to fix these problems. We got to fix it where we're at. And as the great Mother Teresa said, if you want to promote world peace, go home and love your family. Hey, if you want to prevent sexual assault, you want to prevent domestic violence, you want to prevent substance abuse issues, you want to prevent people from fucking taking their own lives and dying by suicide, go home and love your people. You know, Sergeant Major, he said it, Marines, we love you, right? Commandant, I backed them up with it too. We love y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm not just talking to Marines, I'm talking about everybody out here. Like, don't think you're doing anybody no favors. It's not going to help anybody if you're not here. We need you. You matter. No matter if you can see that or not right now, you matter. All right? Don't choose a permanent solution for temporary circumstances. Make good choices. They all add up, little bit by little bit, consistently, every day, little choices. Seconds make minutes, minutes make hours, hours make up the days of our fucking lives. Shout out Sergeant Major Mike D. You know who you are. But it all adds up. Rome wasn't built overnight. It didn't fall apart overnight. And there's no time like now to switch it up. So, if you want to promote world peace, go home and love your family, love your people. Much love. Good or bad, this too shall pass. Oh yeah, did I mention we're sponsored by Nobody, baby.